Have you noticed it? Have you witnessed a change? Do you see that there is a new trend sweeping the covers of romance novels? They aren't the same. Have you noticed that there is a lot of graphic art? Some of the covers seem to be a cross between cartoon animation and AI art. The images are vivid and riveting, and they definitely capture the mood and the tone of the book. So, in noticing this, and it wasn't immediately, I decided to start investigating to see if it was me or if there was truly a trend sweeping the romance genre. So, of course, I go to the internet. I go to my favorite resource material and I start Googling. I start searching. And the first thing that pops up is the website She Reads Romance Books. And of course, there is an article on "Are romance book covers starting a new trend?" Well, this definitely caught my attention, and I began to read. And here are some of the things that I discovered. New authors and established authors are choosing graphic art book covers to display their work and to garner new interest. Some artists, writers, have decided to revamp their old covers. So they're swapping out the old covers in exchange for trending, updated, new graphic art covers. The online article speculates that the change in book covers could be attributed to the fact that romance writers want to appeal to other genres in the field, such as chick lit, which are novels that are directed and geared towards young women between the ages of 20 and 30, and it focuses on their romantic relationships, their friendships, their work experiences in a humorous way. These trending graphic art covers can lure readers from other romance genres. And as I mentioned with chick lit, this type of a cover can appeal to that audience and draw them in as well. As some of you seasoned readers may know, the cartoon cover or the graphic cover isn't something new. It tends to come into popularity and then gradually disappear, only to resurface again for a new generation. So, for those of you who have seen this trend come and go, it's back and it's very popular. And I am considering possibly using it for some of my future books. One thing I can say about the cartoon cover or the graphic art cover is that it is very appealing. It is very playful and warm. The colors are vibrant and they just draw you towards the book. And as we know, the first thing that pulls a reader to the book is the book cover. And these book covers, as I say, are fun and flirty and will want to make you click the purchase button even before you read the blurb about the story. But the graphic art cover is not the only cover that is trending in 2023. There are 8 other types of covers, according to Benji, which is an online website, and Karen Garces, who wrote the article 8 Book Cover Trends for Marketers and Authors in 2023. Number 1 is the minimalism book cover. And this book cover is very simplistic in its layout. You have the title of the book, which is prominently displayed, a colorful, simple image or symbol, and the author's name. You may also have a book tag on the cover. Number 2 is maximalism, which is a bold design and bold lettering, which draws the reader in immediately. Number 3 is bold typography. And as the name suggests, it focuses on the font of the book, the title, the lettering of the book. And it can be displayed in such a graphic way as to capture the reader's attention immediately. Number 4 is silhouettes. I know you have seen this approach in your browsing of books. The silhouette book cover approach allows you to obscure the features of the image on your cover. It allows your book to have a mysterious feel about it. And as I say, you get to see the outline of the character or of the image on your book, but you can fill in the blanks. You can imagine what the character looks like. And this silhouette approach allows you to focus on the title of the book and on the author's name and on the colors and the dynamic of the book cover. Number 5 is illustrations, and this allows you to customize your book cover, to include in the images on your cover things that are included in your book. And you can do this in a graphic, playful way, and it allows you flexibility to display whatever content you feel is appropriate for your book cover. Number 6 is real life photos. And I like this approach, and I am definitely going to use this approach. It is when you take a photograph, an image that is set in real life, in real time, and then you include in that book cover the title of your book and the author's name and any other type of branding that you may find necessary for this book, whether it is a standalone or whether it is a series. I would like to experiment with the real life photo type of book cover because I believe that if I have a series of books, those individual images or book covers, when you put them together, could tell a complete story. And I think the visual would be very riveting and very interesting. Number 7, when it comes to book covers, is new retro. And when I read this, I think, what was old can become new again. And so with this particular book cover, you can take designs and things from the past and you can revamp them and make them modern and new and appealing. Number 8, which is the last in this particular article of trending book covers, is the grid. And the grid is a way of incorporating grid designs with your book cover image and finding a way to present both the grid and the imagery, but not have one overpower the other. The grid book cover design keeps your images, the components of your book cover, in an orderly asymmetrical design. And some people will find this appealing. But the key is to make sure that there is a balance between the grid and the images that are presented on your book cover. Karen Garcet's final remarks, her conclusion to this article is that book cover designs are a guide and should be used as a guide for authors, marketers, printers, and those that are creating and publishing books. You should not rely heavily or completely on trends, but you should experiment and incorporate them in your experimentation and in creating the perfect book cover for your book. I definitely agree with Karen, and I'd like to further say that because we know book covers come and go and that they're cyclical, you should also keep this in mind because things will become popular and then things will go out of popularity. but good writing is here to stay.